Greetings and salutations, welcome back to our Let's Play of EU4 with RedBstrd as the glorious peasant republic of Dithmarschen. Where we last left our nation, we had trounced Denmark, taking from them the provinces of Holstein, Schleswig, Kolding, and Finn, which denied them one fort. Didn't quite get to their capital, but now we've split them into two parts, made Sweden a lot less loyal to them. We denied them their alliance with Poland because Poland didn't protect them. And they are being wrecked in the east. So we're going to rival Denmark. We also broke the alliance between Bremen and Denmark. Robbed them, took a lot of money. Army isn't in the best of shape after that. We've lost a lot of manpower. We've got a lot of provinces with some unrest. But I'm feeling pretty good about where we are at this point. We're in a good position to be able to snatch up Holland if something bad happens to Burgundy and it isn't awarded to like Castile or Austria during the Burgundian inheritance. Go for outraged countries. And let's check our force limits. So we can get 3 more land trips. We are way over in naval force limit because we stole a bunch of ships. But, you know, I can live with that. Okay, so let's get a couple more units here. That should put us up to our force limit until we bring down this autonomy. And I do want to bring down autonomy. This stuff isn't stated, so can't do anything about that. But this is moving down as we now picked up 2 more provinces in our state, capital state. I'm not increasing autonomy here, we'll just put down the rebels the old-fashioned way. I think our troops now, I mean, they can easily get to these provinces. Our troops are good enough that we don't need to worry about that. Although 21k is a bit of a problem. That comes in 1 stack. That's a really big stack. However, we do have a fort up here, so that adds potentially 2k to our numbers. And I think we can kill them. But if we can get rid of our overextension and our war exhaustion, get Danish as an accepted culture, then we'll be in much better shape. It's weird that the unrest keeps fluctuating so wildly. I don't know what the matter is there. Okay, let's go ahead and get this. The goods produced will make us more money, but that tolerance of the true faith +2 is even better. That drops the unrest in these Catholic provinces by 2. Straight off the top. Okay, let's grant them. Get some. Yeah, we got a lot of aggressive expansion. Okay, the burghers want Holstein. It's a lot of influence for them. Sure. They almost certainly would have demanded something else once we get everything cored, and that gives it more development, so we can live with that. Okay, one for outraged, one for allies. And let's make sure that our allies like us as much as they can. Bump up that trust. Okay, we just gotta wait for some stuff to core, and then we'll state it up. Okay, Hesse. Yeah, it's gonna be hard with that aggressive expansion. So we need to bump that up 32 more. So even a gift wouldn't be sufficient. I don't think it's going to take too long before we're an invalid rival for Hamburg and Bremen. And that'll be nice, because I don't want to have to deal with them being a thorn in our side. If they're threatened by us or friendly towards us, then I could get military access if I need it, and so on. See how close we are to another troop. 0.4 away. That shouldn't take too long. Bringing down this autonomy. Boring and stating. Okay, so we can get another bonus here. Let's get this feudal de jure law. I don't like feudalism, but I could potentially throw it up here and not have any unrest. While still not really paying our troops. But I do want these guys to fill in. Want these divisions to fill in. So let's just bump that up. Denmark's hiring Poland's army. Which isn't going to be enough to change the outcome of the war. It's just going to drain the Danish coffers a little bit more. So I approve. Ugh. I don't want to lose that stability. So we got fairly low Republican tradition. It'd be very expensive to get it up higher. Shutting that war exhaustion pretty quickly. There's no unrest there. Get rid of it in these two states, and that will at least ensure that, that they won't be contributing troops that could remove like 8,000 from the rebel stack. I don't think we're going to face the rebels. And let's get rid of some of that. Okay, now we can get Danish Doesn't accept the culture. We'll lower that unrest even further. Sadly lost our admiral, but I think we had to spare. No. Oh, Denmark. Is your unrest like 2? Yeah, so we'll just do this feudal de jure law for the next year. Burghers win a little bit more land even after we gave them Holstein. Which I'm not sure that I can justify doing. We'll see what their influence is like once we get Finn Accord. Well, in just a couple months they'll lose 20 influence, so maybe. Yeah, we'll give them this one rather than the other one. 85 influence, but they'll lose 20, so they'll drop down to 65. Okay, we can't re-elect. Go for a military candidate. I gotta get this Republican tradition back up. Ooh, Craven. Okay, what did Muscovy take? Oh, we can just do it the short way. Those 2 provinces. Not bad. Sweden likes us. So when we have the opportunity, we'll get a truce with them. Alright. When the truce expires, we'll support their independence. Okay, so the influence is looking good there. This changes everything. Okay, so where do we actually want to develop is the question. Possibly here. Just move these guys up here. Could do that. And that would mean that we could drop down our army maintenance. No longer have any rebel risks, so we can stop paying for these forts. And that one. I chose the one that was more expensive there, I know. Do we want to lose the prestige? No, we'll get the prestige. We want to get rid of aggressive expansion. And prestige helps institution embracement cost anyway. The reason why I chose the more expensive base recruitment cost advisor between the 2 spy guys is that this guy was younger. Okay, so we could get another idea here. They wouldn't unlock anything, and it's just a little bit of caravan power. I'd rather get military tech 9 and then start developing. Pull this guy back and try to complete our mission. This is Hesse. We get 6 more, bring him up to 73, and then toss him a gift. Him up to 98. And it's the end of the year, so they will lose a little bit of that aggressive expansion. 2.5, so we should be able to now get them up to 100. Let's be 101. Yeah, 101. I like spending 50 ducats, but getting some prestige and Diplo points out of it. Let's go for the manpower recovery first. And then we'll work on these guys. Yeah, I'm gonna get that cash. I want to lose the Republican traditions, so why don't we bump this up by 10 and a full 100 points from them, and then just give them some ducats. They'll get over it. Only upset there, and that's not going to be a problem. Our Republican tradition goes up, our national unrest will go down, so we'll be okay. Far from ideal. And once we get our manpower back up, then we'll also get a bonus to national unrest. Okay, this is looking pretty good for the moment. Yeah, take it slow, get caught up on tech, get rid of our aggressive expansion, embrace our institutions, wait till the end of the year, no point paying any extra cash, or any extra monarch points rather. And then we'll start developing with those points. Now wouldn't be a bad time to go into our golden era. I really want to save it for... We need to fight a tough war for Holland. I definitely want that morale of armies to come then. Because we're going to be able to stack up some pretty ridiculous morale numbers to where we can just destroy enemy armies. And our economy isn't that bad. Ugh. Tech cost reduction. Maybe we should improve relations with the Pope so we get more papal influence. I guess we could just hand off a province to our clergy. But they've got a respectable amount of influence already. And we've kept this autonomy relatively low. And then in a year, we'll switch that over to development and start developing Schleswig. Yeah, figured it was only a matter of time. Okay, let's go for the offensive power here. We can get a couple more units of troops, but I don't want to do that until we complete our mission. Especially since we tossed around the idea of integrating in Utrecht. Okay, let's take a look here. We can get Lubeck, Cologne. I want to go for Burgundy. And Cologne, because we'll probably eclipse them. So we can get those high enough that we could then send them a gift and start integrating them. And let's keep an eye on our time. 21 minutes. Okay. Yeah, things have gotten a little bit more exciting. We're in one major war. And we're going to start getting powerful enough that we can actually field large armies. And that would be definitely ideal. $320 Diplo points. I like the fact that England's now fielding a respectable size army for their force limit. $32, so they're not quite at their force limit, but they're pretty close. And they could always hire a few more guys if there's going to be a fight. Okay, Holland, what if we were... no. Just these two. And they're loyal as well. $3 years before we can support their independence. I'd be quite comfortable feeding a lot of this stuff to Sweden. All we need is this province, and for Denmark not to exist. Anything else is icing on the cake. Makes us tougher. Trying to have enough money to be able to get a manufacturing when we have the tech. That'd be nice. Our income isn't great, but the fact that we can rob people for money is always helping. Make sure that we're friendly towards all of these guys. Low trust, so that's going to be an issue, but... okay, we can get that free cities bonus. I think we actually do want to start developing. And this is not held by an estate. I guess I could bring up our Republican tradition as well. Ours, more development, more manpower coming in. Yeah, I figured we'd eclipse them. Okay, I guess we could do Lübeck. And then we could send an insult to Burgundy. Eclipsing all those people gave us a lot of power projection. This 30 that we got for eclipsing these two and them. Issue that embargo. That should be sufficient. 17. Yeah, that'll definitely be sufficient. There's no point paying them any more than that, and we'll just start integrating them right now. Definitely don't want to re-elect. Let's go for a bureaucratic candidate. Okay, we can get lowered construction costs, but we are behind here on tax, so I do want to catch up. And we're not super interested in what's going on with them any longer. Gain some Republican tradition. And you re-allied Poland. That's unfortunate. Check where this is, 90%. So the Protestant Reformation could happen at any point. We're not going to go Protestant, and I hope it doesn't happen right next to us. I want to go Reformed. And the reason why is because we get morale of armies from our Dithmarschen ideas, we get morale of armies from our Peasant Republic government form, and then we can get morale of armies from our military focus from Reformed, and that will just be hilariously high, especially since we're going to get it from plutocratic, and our next military idea is going to be defensive. I want to double the morale of our enemies on a regular basis. And then just let them know what the score is. If we can keep our power projection and prestige high, then we'll have pretty ridiculous amounts of morale. I do want to get our Republican traditional up a little bit more by strengthening government. So I'll do that once, and then we'll start saving up for our plutocratic ideas. Although, should I? You know, I'm just going to go straight into this. I want these two ideas. I want that finisher. I want the army recovery speed. That's okay. What did that unlock? Yeah, missionary strength. Not a big deal for us at the moment. So Coimbra, Portugal, spreading throughout Castile and Castilian France. It's not going to get up here too rapidly. Because France and Castile don't like each other. Get into Brittany before too long. And then spread to England, and then over here, and then it will jump to us. Calais to Friesland. Elizabeth of Austria. Good thing they had the pragmatic sanction. Okay, our manpower recovered. Hoping that we get something. Yeah, that'll work. For something other than the prestige one. Although, you could actually farm prestige fairly easily now. In Denmark, Norway. So let's call this guy back. Embargo. Don't like the fact that they're allied to Poland. But I'm not going to spend my life fearing Poland. No siree. Okay, that does mean that I'm going to start paying our troops. And our forts. We could upset the burghers, but I do want gold. And I want that discount for development. Okay, so we're losing 2 ducats. I might have to get rid of one of these guys. But for now, we've got a nice treasury, so I'm not going to make that decision immediately. Okay, we'll go for allies. And let's check to see what Sweden has marked as being of vital interest to them. Just those things. So we're going to mark these things. Obviously, we don't want all of those because we already have some aggressive expansion. But they're going to need to get their independence, and Poland will potentially assist. Allies, you're my ally. Now, don't necessarily need to give Sweden their independence. Wondering if we attacked, if Poland would protect them. We get Bohemian England in here. Sweden wouldn't help them. Conquest of this province. Go for it. We got 3 more troops from them. Hold off a couple months, see if Poland will do something dumb. Start a war. Or see if Sweden Bremen, Hamburg, Anhalt, Riga. Why would you do that, Luneburg? We'll lose 25 prestige and 1 Diplo rep. Why would you do that? Take line, that isn't the war for me. Should have bumped up their trust one more time. Well, we'll give them melter access, that's fine. other wars I'd rather be fighting. Sure. Yeah, we'll give them that. Let's check to see what the levels of unrest and autonomy and everything are here. I don't think we need that any longer. Nah, that'll just naturally tick down. Save some gash. The question is, do we develop here? I think we're going to develop immediately. Just going to turn that off to save a little bit more cash. Okay, Poland, get yourself into a fight. Muscovy. Sorry, friend. Let's do it. Could I call the member of the Promised Land? Don't you want some land up here? So I don't think I could stack wipe him right away here. And my troops are going to be better than theirs, but I'm not at my force limit. I don't want to go to it because I'm going to integrate in Utrecht. I guess. Okay, rebels are going away here. I think the, lowered autonomy modifier disappeared. I'm going to end support for this. Oh, Pomerania's getting beaten up. I'm way over my depot limit. My prestige alone. Let's keep an eye on our time, by the way. 38 minutes. I'm going to stop here.